Hello, everyone, and welcome to the results of Dojo's Game Jam 6. My name is Chrono. I am developer relations at Cartridge, and I will be sharing the results of the Game Jam with you now. So, before we get into the winners, I want to talk a bit about the participation that we had and the amazing turnout that we had for this Game Jam. We had 143 people sign up on Luma, who for 79 hours, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, worked to make games using Dojo. We got 23 submissions, which really far exceeded our expectations. And we're going to give out $25,000 in prizes to the winning entries. So let's talk a bit about the prizes. We decided after looking at all the entries to give out two first prizes of $5,000 each and six second prizes of $2,500. We thought, there were so many great entries. Let's just give out mostly first and second place. We just thought that's how we're going to do it. So let's talk about who the winners are. So we're about to get into it. Drum roll, please. We're about to do first place. Who's it going to be? And it is Moonbag. So Moonbag is a cosmic themed push your luck roguelike bag building game where players draw orbs from a bag to score points while avoiding bombs. What makes this game compelling is its brilliant tension between greed and survival, where every tap of the moonbag could yield valuable points or deal devastating damage, ending in a nail biting, breathtaking, once in a lifetime run. Will you risk it for moon rocks, or will you just kick rocks? And so we all really liked Moonbag. I think some of the things about it that made it really shine were I think first and foremost how tight its core game loop was. I think that focusing the player's attention on one decision, do I draw from the bag or do I exit and take my winnings into the next round, really focuses the game. I think that the randomness, very similar to almost blackjack, do I hit another card or do I take what I've got, makes the game really interesting, makes it really exciting. The kind of loop of you play around and then you go to the store to kind of buy power ups for the next round to give yourself more multipliers, makes for kind of like a longer roguelike experience where you're trying to last for as long as you can. The fact that you finish a round, take your points with you into the next round, creates a whole meta game around just staying in for as long as you can. And so there's quite a lot of decision making under uncertainty, risk management, self regulation in this game, despite it being relatively simple. And so we like the tightness of the game loop. We thought the execution was very crisp. A lot of it happens on chain, performant gameplay, not a lot of loading, simplicity, kind of a nice emoji-fied UI, a little bit of extra pizzazz and sparkle. We thought that that was all very well done. So I think as a tight, self-contained, well-executed game with a compelling core loop and overall nice execution, we thought that Moonbag really took first place. So our second first place winner is Overgoal. So Overgoal drops you into the boots and life of a rising football legend. Matches play out in snappy arcade style sequences, while off field choices like endorsements, nightlife, and training reshape your stats and storyline. Every decision is stored on chain, and so your player's history is provably yours and can carry into future titles in the Over universe. So, a lot of things about this game we really liked. I think first, we were really impressed by the game's overall polish. I think that the quality of the art assets, the graphics, the gameplay really reflects a very tight execution, far more than we expected to see over the course of a weekend. The auto battler kind of career coaching loop we really liked. We were chatting internally. We think that the next year or two really may well be the golden age of on-chain auto battlers, just because of the way that they allow you to combine a very exciting and dynamic real-time sort of game experience through the auto battle with a kind of slower, more resource management, more on-chain friendly like preparation stage. And so this sort of mix of preparation and then auto battle we think works really well given the limitations of on-chain games today, and creates a very exciting experience for the user. And so we thought that the use of the auto battler approach to make this game exciting, the depth of the gameplay, the quality of the execution, really made us give Overgoal first place. So now we're going to move into the second place winners, beginning with Craft Island Explorers Map. So the prototype of Craft Island, which was an existing game, this was a mod, had basic mechanics before the game jam, but something was missing: island exploration. And so now with the Explorers Map mod, you can access procedurally generated islands to gather resources. You can explore an island up to 5 times to find resources, which you find by exploring the fog. Some other things that were done during the game jam: unique resources were added to the islands. There were some onboarding quests given to guide the player, some mobile controls, and a mobile demo. So as a modification to an existing game, Craft Island, we thought that over the course of a weekend, adding this whole exploration flow was very exciting. So this was very popular among the judges, and if it had been a full game, might have taken first, but as a mod, we're going to give it second place. Our next second place winner is Panda Panda. Panda Panda is a browser-based puzzle game inspired by the very popular Sheep a Sheep, designed specifically for desktop. The objective is to deliver a fun, addictive tile matching experience with a fresh and original twist. Players must match tiles strategically to clear levels while managing limited slots and increasing difficulty. So the core idea behind this game is you're trying to match three, a very popular casual game format, with the constraint that you have to not run out of slots. And so as you'll notice, as you play, you reveal more and more tiles. And so you need to make sure that the 3 tiles that you need to clear the triple, you can find without running out of slots. And so there's a certain planning and strategy to this game where eventually you're going to need to make longer term plans to get to the tiles you need to clear the triple without completely running out. And so this sort of very exciting, fun game was implemented well by the team. The use of emojis, having everything be stored on chain. We thought that this was a very tight and well executed implementation of a very popular and addictive game. And so we were happy to give it second place. Our next second place winner is Ashwood. So Ashwood is a fully on-chain tactical strategy game where players command armies across a 54-position battlefield divided into 6 tactical zones. The game features seasonal warfare mechanics, supply chain logistics, and 6 unique classes with distinct movement patterns. Players compete in 120-round battles for high scores, with winners claiming ownership of NFT units. The game combines strategic positioning, seasonal effects, and turn-based combat in an immersive medieval warfare setting. So we were all very impressed by Ashwood's depth. There's a lot to this game. The contracts are complex. They're well written. There's tremendous gameplay here. There's seasonal effects in which classes have different strengths during different times of gameplay. There's resource management. There's complex combat. There's really a lot here. This game has potential to become a major full title. Some usability issues with this prototype held it back a little bit as far as the judges were concerned. But I think all of us really want to see this game developed further and really brought to market in a more mature way, because we all thought that it was extremely deep and really worth playing. Our next second place winner is You Are Who You Kill. This is a Frankenstein-style Web3 game where you build your body from the enemies you defeat. Each part gives you stat bonuses, health, damage, or mobility, and builds your unique character. Build solo with Dojo, featuring 2 playable demo levels, basic turn-based PvE combat, obstacles, and inventory. The long-term vision for this game includes PvP, modular NFT body parts, and cross-game interop. So this game we really liked. We thought that it was very well executed. It was intuitive. It was easy to understand. It was fun to play. We thought that the visual style was amazing. We thought that the whole concept of building a body out of enemy parts was really fun and quirky. We thought that the polish was there. The gameplay felt smooth. And so, yeah, we all really just liked this game. It was fun to play. And we were very happy to give it second place. Our next second place winner is Caps. So, Caps is a fast paced chess like board game where the pieces have special abilities. There are four teams to choose from with a variety of play styles, as well as ELO based matchmaking and a Daydreams agent to play against. So we like this game a lot for its ambition, incorporating the Daydreams agent we really like to play against. There's a lot of depth to the gameplay with the different pieces, the different powers. You can see every move. There's quite a lot of considerations around your piece's movements, its attacks, its powers, the other player's position, you have your energy use. So there's really quite a lot going on with this game. The contracts were very well implemented, quite well written. So there's really a lot that we liked here. As with Ashwood, some usability issues held the game back a little bit. Some people found it a little bit difficult to understand everything that was going on. But we would really love to see Caps develop further into a major and more mature game. Our last, but not least winner for second place is Elven Escape. So Elven Escape is an adventure where players embark on a fun journey through a mystical forest seeking escape. From what? I leave that to you. As you traverse this dangerous world step by step, you'll encounter ancient shrines offering powerful blessings and cosmetic rewards. You'll face formidable gatekeepers in combat and navigate deadly traps that test your survival instincts. So we liked Elven Escape a lot. We liked its use of 3JS to create like a fun 3D mobile client. We really love seeing 3D games start to be brought to Dojo and StarkNet. We thought the music was fun. The simple running gameplay was fun with the little dude just kind of hanging out. We thought that the kind of run into a shrine, attack a villain really worked nicely with the on-chain gameplay of contract calls. So yeah, overall we really liked it. Some bugs and UI issues I think also held the game back, but we liked the use of 3D. We liked the contract integration. We thought it was kind of fun and kind of quirky. So we were very happy to give Elven Escape second place. So before we finish, we want to give out a couple of honorable mentions, games that we really liked, but for whatever reason couldn't give any prizes to. So we have two honorable mentions, which I will go into now. The first one is Detective Game, a blockchain-first murder mystery where players interrogate AI-powered suspects to solve a crime. Each session allows a single accusation, with the outcome recorded on StarkNet using Dojo smart contracts. The game uses a hybrid architecture, fully on-chain logic for game state, and GPT-generated suspect dialogue handled off-chain. All major game actions, game start, accusations, and player stats are recorded and indexed on-chain, with UI and gameplay enhanced through a custom React and Tailwind front end. Built solo over the 72-hour jam window, the project demonstrates how expressive AI and provable dojo game mechanics can work together to deliver engaging, replayable mystery gameplay. So we thought this game was very cool. Ultimately, the contract integration was too minor for this to qualify, but we really, really liked the use of AI agents to drive gameplay. I think as a bit of a meta comment, in as much as modern art as a style is about expressing the underlying medium in which you're working, I think that a game revolving around trying to jailbreak LLMs is actually quite compelling and arguably even a little bit profound. So I think that the core idea here of having to jailbreak LLMs to solve a case is actually very compelling. And we thought that this game was quite fun to play. So even though its contract integration didn't qualify it for a prize, we really liked this game and we're very happy to see it submitted. The last honorable mention is Song of Camelot. Song of Camelot is an on-chain game where players compete to dominate a map by strategically placing elemental influences. This project includes a main game application and a separate login wrapper that uses the cartridge wallet system for a seamless user onboarding experience. Song of Camelot was made by a cartridge teammate, which is why it doesn't qualify for a prize. But I think that the most significant thing about this game was that Gogi is non-technical. This entire game was vibe coded using the Sensei MCP server over the course of the weekend. And I think that all of us on the team were really so amped and so proud of how enthusiastically Gogi went into this project using Cursor, using the MCP server to vibe code an entire game as a completely non-technical user. So to have a game be end-to-end vibe coded over the course of a weekend was extremely cool to see. And so while we ultimately couldn't give it a prize, I think that Sonic of Camelot absolutely deserves an honorable mention in our game jam. So that is the end of the winners of the Dojo Game Jam. Thank you so much for participating, for joining us, for being in the ecosystem, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one.